Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I urge you to support Amendment 1099. But I want to talk to you more about the bill. You know, I usually don't get up and talk a lot on the floor, but this is a passion for me, and I'm really pissed off about what's happening here in the state of Iowa, what we're doing to state workers, decimating state workers. This bill is really a piece of feces, and it has the smell of ALEC and Americans for Prosperity all over it. For many of us here today, this is going to be one of the largest or biggest votes you're going to take in your lifetime here in the legislature. It's going to be a vote that travels with you the rest of your life. So I think you need to really look at what this vote, when you push either the red or green button here sometime today, and what impact this is going to have on 180,000 Iowans, and really all Iowans, because it's going to impact us all. We're kind of kicking sand in their face. Bullies. And I don't like that. Some people I've heard say, well, they're going to forget about this vote. Our constituents, you know, they'll forget. No, they won't. I've had discussions with people in my district, and they're very, very concerned. I had a lady in my pharmacy last Saturday, and she came in and was very concerned about her daughter. She was concerned because her daughter takes a medication that is very expensive. And right now, she only has to pay $50 a month for this medication that costs way over $1,000 a month. And so she's asking me as her pharmacist and state legislator, what could this bill have on the impact of her health care for her child? So I did a little research and looked, and she could end up, with the changes possibly in insurance plans, paying over $300 a month for this prescription. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it's possible. And she told me she can't afford it. She could not afford that extra cost. Now, this medication that her daughter has to take keeps her alive. And if she has to pay an additional $200 to $300 a month, she says, I don't know what we're going to do. Right now, we're just barely making it. They have 2 other children. She's a teacher. Her husband's a laborer. So that's the face that we put on. That's the face that Iowans are worried about. They're worried about their children. Put yourself in that place of that parent. If you had a child that was on a medication that's saving their life, and you may be put into a position where you may not be able to afford to take that medication or give that to your child anymore. That tears people's hearts apart. Another face. When we got done with debate last night, I was walking downstairs, and I saw a state worker. He had his big barrel with garbage, and I looked at him. And I could see in his eye despair. I could see he thought we were letting him down. And that really tore at my heart. Here's a person. I don't know who he is. He's working hard for us. He's the person that's probably up here at 2 in the morning, emptying our garbage pans, cleaning the floors for us, and making it so we have a better day here today and going forward. And we're going to have an impact on his life, on how he's going to be able to provide for his family. So I say, please think of these things before you make that vote. I know we have new freshman legislators here, and I know this is not easy. It's very difficult. It's difficult for people who have been here. I've been here 5 years. There's people who have been here for 20 years. This is going to be one of the most difficult votes taken in this chamber, I think, in many years. But you have to think about your people back home, the people that put you in this seat, and listen to what they're saying. They're saying, please keep the legislation in place that is today that's been there for 43 years. It's worked for 43. It'll work for another 43 years from now. We don't need to touch this. So please when you make that push on that button, whether it be red or green, think about those 31,000 voters in your district that are wanting you to do the right thing, to allow them and their families to be able to have a quality of life that they can provide to them and their children, and be able to enjoy the fruits here in the state of Iowa. I would ask you to support Amendment 1099 and resist House File 291. Thank you.